What's up, my fellow Toku nerds and fellow Scounder nerds? Episode 5 of Kamen Rider Zeztz just dropped on YouTube. Let's talk about it. First up, we got the introduction fully of Technolom's stream, which initially, when I saw it in like one of those clips on YouTube that showed like bits and pieces of the Kamen Rider Gav movie, I honestly thought that stream was a water form. But no, it's an air form, which also works. I'm not complaining. It helps me do the videos about Skylanders in Kamen Riders and Skylanders, which I'll get to more on that when I get time. Like I said, wanted to do those videos for once a month. And to be honest, it was a really good fight scene overall, just trying to maneuver the plane around the sky without having it to crash, which, yeah, the Dreamer is afraid of heights. It's not afraid of getting married or being kidnapped. It's about heights, which, that's an interesting twist, to be honest. But, this was a really good episode. And also, I gotta mention this. When Fujimi and Nagamo came into Baku's room unannounced while he was sleeping, that's just whole comedic. And I love it. This is why I love Toku. Not just for the form changes or the theme song, but the funny bits. When it gets funny, it gets funny. If you do not laugh at this, you are a robot. But it was really good, and I love that interaction. Plus, not only that, the whole interaction with Baku, Fujimi, and Nagamo in the base, that was really good. Also, like that the two detectives are willing to help Baku with his mission, and is ultimately okay with it. Okay, Fujimi's okay with it. Only because he's a knucklehead. And I love knuckleheads. He's smart. But he comes up as like this, oh, that makes total sense. Very bombastic, very comedic, and I'm in for it. I'm in all in. I also like when Nagamo is kind of more grounded. But he's willing to kick him in the stomach when he's going a little too far. That whole dynamic, I'm just gonna love it. I'm just picturing a whole scene where Fujimi and Nagamo are trying to get into Baku's room, but some shenanigans happen and they're just dangling off the side of the window, which, for the record, the fact that Baku just says, is a little shocked. Just that they're just jumping out of the window. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I'm just gonna be honest. Oh, man. What else do I want to say? The nightmare for this episode, fear of heights. I definitely like the investigation parts of this episode too. Not just the funny bits. The investigations, like trying to figure out what is the Dreamer afraid of or what's causing the nightmare. That's really compelling. And the more you look at it, the bird motif makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Fear of heights, fear of birds. I have a fear of birds. Makes total sense. Not related to heights whatsoever. Okay, moving on. But, it works really well. And I believe, please correct me if I'm wrong, the only two Kamen Rider series that I've watched fully are 01 and Zeztz. Zeztz is going to be a third one once it's completed, since you know. But I know enough about the other Kamen Riders too. Kuga, Akito, Kiva, all of those. This episode, for some reason, was giving me Kiva vibes. Episode 4 in this episode. I don't know why. Maybe because it takes place in church? Or maybe because it's like just like a style choice? I don't know. You tell me. I want to interact with you guys about what you guys thought about this episode. Continuing on, the fight scenes were really good. We pick up right where we left off on last episode with the first combat with the wing capsule form, and that was really good too. I do like that they're using actual suits for the Gashapons, Rider Capsums, because honestly, if it was going to be CGI, I mean, sure, but it's not really ideal for what you want new audience to feel. Having actual forms, like physical suits for the different forms, that works really well. Especially like transform and wing. Also, when this is just gonna be a little side note, when Zeztz was transforming from wing to stream, that was really cool and gave me straight up Batman vibes, which that is really cool. You know, the more I think about it, the suit reminds me a lot like Batman Beyond. If anyone else gets that, let me know. But, you know, this was really good. I'm curious about one thing, though. In the Gav movie, it showed that Zeztz was able to hold the Zeztz Breakum in gun form, and it was able to like transform on its own. This episode, he manually transforms into the blaster, first using the sword, which I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, yes, having the swords is good. It's good. I was expecting like the 4 main forms, Physicam Impact, Technoarm Stream, SPM Recovery, and Paradigm Wonder. I was honestly expecting that the Zeztz Breakum would just transform while he was in the forms, not just manually. You know, it was a little bit of a downer, but you know, it was fine. It didn't hurt the episode. It didn't hurt the whole aesthetic of everything. It worked good. The reason why I say that is because sword form is specifically for red, and when you see it in action with stream, it is red. I kind of wish that if the Zeztz Breakum toy was able to recap some, but not like a full reader, like specifics, it would change the color of the blade or the barrel or whatever to fit that form. Like, say Zeztz was in his base form, Physicam Impact. Have it in gun mode, and while he's using the Physicam Impact capsule, it would glow red instead of blue. You see where I'm going with that? Let me know. Let me know if you understand. If not, don't worry about it too much. It's just me nitpicking on a toy or some gimmick. Moving on. But this episode really showed the secret agent side of things, and having people be included with that, with Fujimi and Nagamo. It was a really fun episode, and now you're able to watch all the first 4 episodes free on YouTube, which I think that's really good, because for those who haven't seen it on day 1, you're able to catch up through there. I'm not trying to promote it, I'm just helping you guys out. But if you guys have not checked out the first 4 episodes, please do. They're definitely worth the watch. And not only that, episode 5 is a must. Like, whenever Zio Agito, actually, I'm actually going to put a bet. That when Zio Agito does his episode review of Zeztz up to this point, I'm betting that episode 5 is at least an A or S ranking. Maybe an A plus. He does not do A pluses. This is just me. But that's how I feel about this episode. It really was good. And I'm really enjoying it. So, with that being said, catch you all next time. Till then, take care.